Devika Bhide from Yoga Point India. Welcome to 6th session of YCB Yoga Wellness Instructors course. In today's session, we are going to learn asanas in standing pose, mudras and bandha. So let's begin. First, let's start with Tadasana, palm tree pose. Tada in Sanskrit means palm tree. This asana, or when we practice this asana, our body resembles to palm tree. It begins in standing position and requires great balance and focus. To practice Tadasana, first stand in standing position with your legs together, hands by the side of your body against your thighs. Keep your spine tall and erect and look forward. From this position, slowly inhale and lift your arms up over your head, keeping your elbows straight and your upper arms by the side of your ears. Bring your palms together, interlace your fingers and turn your palms upwards towards the ceiling. Then slowly inhale and stand on your toes. Stretch your toes up and stretch your body up from ankles towards your hands. Hold this position for a few seconds. Make sure that you don't tilt forward or back and keep gazing at any spot in front of your eyesight. Try to balance, focus and hold as per your capacity. After holding it for few seconds, slowly release. While exhaling, slowly release your hands and bring your hands down from sides and rest your heels on the ground. Go back to standing position. Duration of this asana. This asana requires a lot of balance, and that is why you can start practicing this from 5 seconds, 10 seconds, half minute, and later you can increase this duration up to 1 minute. Benefits of Tadasana. Tadasana is balancing asana which requires great focus. That is why Tadasana increases your concentration, focus, relieves stress and renders peace to your mind. It relieves all accumulated tension from your body. It stretches and realigns your spine, your shoulders and makes your ankles, knees, thighs, your back strong. It also puts stress or it also stimulates your abdominal organs, improves appetite, digestion, prevents constipation and also deals with other menstrual problems. Contraindication of Tadasana. Tadasana requires balance. That is why if you have weak or injured ankle, knees, thighs or hips, avoid this asana. If you have undergone through any sort of surgeries, then you can avoid this asana. In case of low BP, don't lift your arms up. Instead, you can keep your arms down and stand on your toes. If you are pregnant or if you are menstruating, then practice this under expert guidance. If you feel giddy or if you have severe headache, vertigo, then be careful while practicing this asana. Vrukshasana, tree pose. Vruksha in Sanskrit means tree. When we practice this asana, our body resembles to strongly rooted tree. Its reference can be found in Gheranda Samhita. It's a balancing asana and it prepares your body for further yogic studies. To practice Vrukshasana, first stand straight in standing position with your legs together, hands by the side of your body. Keep your back straight and gaze forward. Then slowly shift your body weight on your left leg. Bend your right knee and place inner sole of your right foot against your left inner thigh. Your heel should be placed close to your perineum and your right knee out. From this position, slowly inhale, lift your arms up over your head, keep your elbows straight, palms together in Namaskar Mudra over your head. Your upper arms by the side of your ears. Stand strong and keep gazing forward. Hold this asana for a few seconds. Don't tilt forward or back. Your right toes should be pointing down. After holding it for a few seconds, slowly release. While releasing, slowly release your hands. Bring them by the side of your body. Release your right leg and go back to standing pose. Then practice this from other side. Shift your body weight on your right leg, bend your left knee, place it against your right inner thigh close to your perineum, arms up in Namaskar Mudra, stand straight for few seconds and then slowly release. Go back to standing position. Duration of Vrukshasana. Vrukshasana initially can be practiced from 5 seconds, 10 seconds, 15 seconds. Later you can build this asana up to 1 minute. It requires great balance, so make sure your ankles, knees and your thighs are strong. Benefits of Vrukshasana. Vrukshasana gives you all benefits of Tadasana. In this, you stretch your body upwards from your ankle to your hands. So it strengthens your legs, your ankles, knees, thighs, hips, your entire back, shoulders and arms. It stretches and stimulates your abdomen, increases digestive fire, appetite, prevents constipation and helps in reducing menstrual problems. In this position, you balance your entire body on one leg, so it brings brain and body coordination, calms down your mind, increases focus and concentration. Contraindications of Vrukshasana. Vrukshasana requires lot of balance. So if you have weak ankles or knees or thighs, back, then avoid practicing this asana. If you have low BP, migraine, insomnia, headache, vertigo, then practice this asana under expert guidance. And during pregnancy or if you are recovering from any sort of surgeries, injuries, abdominal surgery, heart surgery, back surgery, then avoid this asana or practice it under expert guidance. Kati Chakrasana, waist twisting pose. Kati means waist or trunk. This asana gives good twist to your spine. To practice Kati Chakrasana, first begin in standing position. Stand straight on your mat with your legs together, hands by the side of your body. Keep your spine tall and erect and look forward. Then slowly inhale and raise your arms up parallel to the ground, aligned with your shoulders. Keep looking forward. Then slowly inhale and while exhaling, twist your upper body towards your left side, keeping your hands parallel to the ground. Twist your body as much as you can and keep your legs where they are. After twisting your spine or your trunk, place your right hand or your right palm over your left shoulder blades and wrap your left hand around your waist and gaze backwards as much as you can. Keep your spine straight and twisted. Do not tilt and don't struggle. Practice as per your capacity. Keep breathing for a few seconds. Then slowly release. Inhale. Turn your body back to center and open your arms parallel to the ground. Slowly bring your hands down. And then repeat this process from other side. Keeping your legs together and straight. Raise your arms up parallel to the ground, aligned with your shoulders. Inhale and while exhaling, twist your upper body towards your right side, your upper body along with your neck. Twist to your right side. Place your left palm on your right shoulder blade, right hand around your waist and look back as much as you can. Don't struggle, don't tilt. Hold for a few seconds and then slowly release. While inhaling, come back to center. Extend your arms out parallel to the ground and then slowly release. After attaining any asana, start breathing naturally. Now, duration of this asana. This asana is really good for your spinal health. So, to gain maximum benefits, you should hold this asana at least for a minute. So, you can start by holding it from 15 seconds, 30 seconds to 1 minute as per your capacity. Benefits of Kati Chakrasana. Kati Chakrasana gives good twist to your spine, making it strong and flexible. It opens up your shoulders, opens up your heart, fights with minor respiratory problems. It stimulates your digestive system, increases your appetite, improves elimination, prevents constipation. It also burns excess fats around your belly, makes your thighs, knees and ankles strong and calms down your mind. Kati Chakrasana is also used in Shankha Prakshalan. Even Tadasana is used in Shankha Prakshalan. Contraindications of Kati Chakrasana. Kati Chakrasana gives good twist to your spine. So if you experience any kind of pain in your back or in your legs, if you are recovering from surgeries, injuries, swelling, or if you are pregnant, then practice it under expert guidance. Hastottanasana. Hastottanasana is back bending asana which contracts back side of your body and stretches front side of your body. It overall makes your body strong. To practice Hastottanasana, stand straight on your mat with your legs together, hands by the side of your body. Keep your spine tall and gaze forward. Then slowly inhale, and while inhaling, lift your arms up from front side of your body. Take your hands over your heads, your fingers pointing towards the ceiling. Then slowly inhale, and while exhaling, start bending backwards. Keep your knees straight. You can push your belly a little forward, chest up, engage your lower upper back, and then slowly drop your head down. Bend backwards as much as you can. Take your hands back and keep your upper arms by the side of your ears. Hold it for a few seconds as per your capacity and then slowly release. Keep breathing naturally. To release, slowly inhale, lift your body up along with your arms. Slowly come back to center and slowly bring your hands down. Movement should be really slow and smooth without jerks. Duration of Hastottanasana. Hastottanasana is back bending asana. So practice it as per your capacity. Initially, you can start with holding it asana for 10 seconds, 15 seconds or half minute, and later you can increase its duration up to 1 minute. Benefits of Hastottanasana. Hastottanasana gives strength to your whole body, your legs, spine, shoulders, your abdomen, your core muscles and your neck. This asana is back bending asana, which opens up your chest, it contracts your spine, making it flexible, it improves your posture, increases stamina, improves digestion, prevents constipation, and makes your ankles, knees, thighs strong. Gives you balance and focus. It relieves back and shoulder pain. Contraindications of Hastottanasana. If you are recovering from any kind of surgery, abdominal surgery, heart surgery, back surgery, knee surgery, then avoid this asana. If you are suffering from migraine, insomnia, vertigo, then practice this under expert guidance. Pregnant women should avoid practicing this asana. Ardha Chakrasana, half wheel pose. This asana prepares your body for deeper back bends and heart opening postures. This is also practiced as pre-position of full wheel pose, Chakrasana. To practice Ardha Chakrasana, begin in standing pose. Stand straight on your mat with your legs together, hands by the side of your body, your spine tall and erect, and look forward. Then slowly place your palms over your waist in such a way that your thumbs should be pointing towards each other and remaining fingers should be pointing forward and placed over your waist. Then slowly inhale, and while exhaling, keep your knees straight and start bending backwards. Open up your shoulders and drop your head down. Keep your knees straight and hold as long as you can. Keep breathing naturally and gaze up at the sky. Then to release, slowly inhale, engage your lower back, upper back, straighten your back and straighten your neck. Come back to center, release your hands and go back to standing pose. Duration of Kati Chakrasana. Start by holding this asana for 15 seconds, 20 seconds and then you can increase this duration of this asana up to 1 minute. Benefits of Ardha Chakrasana. Ardha Chakrasana prepares you for deeper back bends. It makes your spine flexible and strong, opens up your shoulders, opens up your heart, fights with minor respiratory problems, increases capacity of your lungs. It also improves your posture. It exerts great pressure over your abdominal organs, your intestine, your pancreas. So it improves your digestion, helps in controlling blood sugar, helps in elimination and prevents constipation. It also strengthens your knees, your ankles, generate balance and focus in your body. It helps in reducing fats around your thighs and belly. Contraindication of Ardha Chakrasana. This is back bending asana and engages your spine, hips, your legs, knees and abdomen. So if you are recovering from any kind of surgery, leg surgery, injury, abdominal surgery, heart surgery, back surgery, then avoid practicing this asana. If you are suffering from hernia, ulcers, high BP, vertigo, then avoid this asana or practice it under expert guidance. Pregnant women should not practice Ardha Chakrasana. Trikonasana, triangle pose. Trikon in means triangle. When we practice this asana, our body takes the shape of triangle. This asana involves side bend of the body and increases strength and stamina. To practice Trikonasana, begin in standing pose. Keep your legs together, hands by the side of your body. Your spine should be straight and gaze forward. Then slowly take 3 to 4 feet distance in your legs depending on your height. Keep your legs anchored on the ground and stand straight. Slowly lift your arms up, aligned with your shoulders and parallel to the ground. Make sure that your knees are straight and your left foot and right foot are in one straight line. After attaining this posture, slowly inhale and while exhaling, bend to your left side from your waist. Avoid tilting forward or back. Then take hold of your left ankle, or if possible, try to place your left palm on your left foot or on the ground. Then slowly inhale and while inhaling, lift your right hand up towards the ceiling. Turn your neck, look at your right fingers and hold. Make sure your right hand and your left hand are in one straight line. You are not tilting forward or back and you have bent from your waist towards your left side. Your right knee and left knee is straight. Hold it for a few seconds and then slowly release. While inhaling, slowly lift your body up from your waist. Don't tilt. Keep your knees straight. Come back to center. Bring your hands down. Turn your left foot back to center and bring your legs together. Go back to initial starting pose. After practicing from left side, practice this from right side. So again, take 3 to 4 feet distance in your legs. Turn your right foot towards right side. Hands parallel to the ground, aligned with your shoulders. Then slowly inhale and while exhaling, bend to your right from your waist without tilting forward or back or without bending your knees. Place your palm on the ground, or if it is not comfortable, you can take hold of your calf or ankle. Do not force, do not struggle. Lift your left hand up towards the ceiling. Look at your left fingers and keep your left and right hand in one straight line. Take shape of trikona. Hold it for few seconds as per your capacity and then slowly inhale and release. Come back to center. Then slowly release your hands, turn your foot back to center and go back to standing pose. To gain maximum benefits of this asana, you should hold it for at least 1 minute. So start by practicing it for 15 seconds, 20 seconds, 30 seconds and go on increasing this duration up to 1 minute. Benefits of Trikonasana. Trikonasana is side bending asana. It is great for your spine. It makes your spine flexible and strong. It improves your posture, realigns your vertebra. It opens up your shoulders, your chest, improves overall energy, stamina, blood circulation. It affects your digestive system, your intestines, prevents constipation, gives you relief from minor menstrual problems, relieves back pain, shoulder pain, helps you to avoid leg cramps, and it improves your focus and concentration. Contraindication of Trikonasana. If you are recovering from any kind of surgery, injury, swelling, weakness or dizziness in your body, then avoid this asana. If you are suffering from hernia, ulcer, high BP or low BP, then practice it under expert guidance. In case of low BP, avoid raising your hand up. Pregnant women should practice this asana under expert guidance. Paravarta Trikonasana or Parshva Konasana, revolted triangle pose. This asana begins in standing position and it improves your stamina strength and it is really good for your spinal health. To practice Parshva Konasana, begin in standing pose. Stand straight on your mat with your legs together, back erect, hands by the side of your body and gaze forward. First stand on the right side of your mat. Take big step with your left leg towards left side. Take distance of 3 to 4 feet depending on your height. Keep your legs strong and anchored on the ground. Then slowly turn your left foot towards left side and lift your arms up parallel to the ground aligned with your shoulders. Turn your neck towards left side and start bending your knee down. Lower your pelvis down, bend your left knee, keep your right knee straight and try to maintain 90-degree angle in your left calf and thigh. After position, slowly turn your spine, twist your spine towards your left side. Take your right hand towards left, take it over your left leg and try to place it behind your left foot on the ground. Try to keep your right palm flat. If not possible, you can keep it off the ground. Do not force, do not struggle. Try to maintain balance. After attaining this position, slowly lift your or raise your right hand up and point it towards your left side. Keep your upper right arm touching your left ear. Hold this asana for some duration. Try to stay steady in this position. Hold it for few seconds as per your capacity and then slowly release. To release this asana, first slowly lift your body up, turn your spine back to center and come back to center. Stand straight with your leg bent and keep looking at your left side. Then slowly straighten your left knee, turn your upper body and your left foot back to center and then go back to right side. Take your left leg to the right and go back to standing pose. After practicing it from one side, stand on left side of your mat and practice same asana from right side. Take 3 to 4 feet distance in your legs. Take big step with your right leg. Turn your right foot towards right side. Your hands parallel to the ground. Neck towards right. Then slowly bend your right knee, making 90-degree angle. Keep your left knee straight. Turn or twist your spine towards your right and place your left leg behind your right foot on the ground. Take it over your left leg. Take it over your right leg and place it on the ground. Then slowly lift your right hand up and point it towards your right. Keep your right upper arm over your ear and look back. Try to maintain balance. Do not tilt forward or back. Keep your spine loose and relaxed and breathe naturally. After holding it for a few seconds, slowly release. First, you release your right hand, then left hand. Slowly lift your body up, straighten your knee, turn your upper body, your foot back to center and go to your left side. And then slowly release. Duration of Parshva Konasana. This asana is quite challenging to practice. So begin by holding it for 10 seconds, 15 seconds and then slowly with practice you can build its duration up to 1 minute. Benefits of Parshva Konasana. Parshva Konasana gives you all benefits of Trikonasana. Further, it makes your knees strong, it twists your spine and improves your posture. It increases stamina, energy, makes your ankle, knees, thighs, pelvic area strong. It opens up your heart, increases strength of your arms, improves blood circulation, helps in elimination, prevents constipation, stimulates your reproductive organs, relieves menstrual problems, and helps you to alleviate minor back, shoulder, leg pain or neck pain. Contraindications of Parshva Konasana. Parshva Konasana involves side bend and twist of your spine. So if you have any problem, surgery, injury related to your spinal column, then avoid practicing this asana. If you have hernia, ulcers, if you are menstruating, if you have weak knees, ankles, then avoid this asana. In case of vertigo, heart diseases, BP, then practice it under expert guidance. Pregnant women should not practice Paravarta Trikonasana or Parshva Konasana. So with this, we have covered all 33 asanas in our syllabus. Please note again that you have asanas for demonstration and teaching. So in demonstration, you just have to take the asana, hold it and release it as per examiner's guidance. And in teaching, you have to teach it in 3 to 5 minutes. You are not required to demonstrate it and get it done from students while teaching it. So keep your introduction short, try to cover all important points first and stress more or emphasize more on benefits and contraindications of every asana. Now let's move to next part of our syllabus, mudras. What is mudra? Udam dadati iti mudra. Practice or posture which changes in energies and mood is mudra. You already know that our body is made up of 5 elements. And to gain proper health or to maintain proper health, balance in these elements is very, very crucial. Our modern lifestyle, our changed diet or lifestyle is taking toll on these elements. Our 5 fingers of our body represents these 5 elements and keep emitting these energies out. But when we touch these fingers to each other in specific manner, with asana, pranayam or just with hand gestures, helps you to restore these elements back and gives you good health. It stimulates various chakras or various parts of our body, mind. It also stimulates Kundalini Shakti and re-establish circuit of energy inside our body. We have total 3 mudras in our syllabus: Yoga Mudra, Viparit Karani Mudra and Mahamudra. Please note that these mudras are just for demonstration. They are not for teaching skills. But still, question on mudra can be asked in application of knowledge section. So be prepared with the theory of mudras too. First, let's begin with Mahamudra. Start in sitting pose. Sit straight with your legs stretched in front of you, toes pointing up at the ceiling. Keep your back straight and hands by the side of your body. Slowly bend your right knee and place sole of your right foot against your left inner thigh. Bring your heel close to your perineum and then sit over your heel. After attaining this pose, slowly inhale and while exhaling, start bending forward from your waist. Don't take your forehead towards your knee as we do in Ardha Paschimottanasana, but just bend as much as you can to wrap your fingers around your left foot. So wrap your fingers around, do not struggle and do not force. If it is impossible to practice, then you can take hold of your ankle or calf. After attaining this position, slowly inhale. And after inhaling, apply Jalandhar Bandha, chin lock and Mula Bandha, root lock, and hold. Hold your breath, practice Antar Kumbhak as long as you can. After holding it for a few seconds, you have to release. So first release Mula Bandha, root lock, then Jalandhar Bandha, chin lock, and then slowly exhale. After exhaling, release your hands and while inhaling, slowly come back to center. Repeat this process from other side. First straighten your right leg, then bend your left knee, place your sole of your left foot against your right inner thigh, heel close to your perineum, then sit over your heel. Slowly inhale and while exhaling, start bending forward from your waist. Wrap your fingers around your right foot or hold your ankle or calf. Inhale and after inhaling, hold your breath, apply Jalandhar Bandha, Mula Bandha, hold as long as you can. Keep your eyes closed, keep your mind calm and hold Antar Kumbhak. Then slowly release, first release Mula Bandha, then Jalandhar Bandha, exhale and while inhaling, slowly release your hands, come back to center and straighten your left leg. Go back to sitting pose. Benefits of Mahamudra. Mahamudra energizes your body and allows free flow of prana shakti throughout your body. It creates circuit of energy inside. It also stimulates your digestive system and it strengthens your spine and improves your posture. Contraindications of Mahamudra. If you are suffering from heart diseases, high blood pressure, if you are recovering from any kind of surgeries and injuries, then avoid this asana. In case of menstruation and pregnancy, you should avoid Mahamudra. Contraindications of Mahamudra. If you are suffering from any kind of heart disease or high blood pressure, if you are recovering from surgeries, injuries, and if you are menstruating or you are pregnant, then avoid Mahamudra. Viparit Karani Mudra. This mudra begins in supine pose. So first lie down on your mat with your legs together, hands by the side of your body, back completely flat on the ground, toes pointing up and gaze upwards. Then slowly inhale and while inhaling, lift your legs up at 90 degrees from the ground, keeping your knees straight and legs together. Swing your leg back over your head and place your elbows on the ground and support your lower back. In this position, try to keep your shoulders and your neck loose and relaxed. Then slowly lift your back up. Keep your legs over your hips, straight, pointing towards the ceiling, and your back at 45 degrees from the ground. Hold this position for few seconds and pay attention to your Manipur chakra, solar plexus, and your Vishuddhi chakra, throat chakra. Keep breathing naturally and keep looking towards your toes. After holding it for few seconds, slowly release this mudra. Exhale, and while exhaling, lower your legs down towards your head. Rest your arms on the ground. Slowly rest your back on the ground with control, vertebra by vertebra. Make sure you don't fall, collapse, or don't give jerks. Slowly rest your back on the ground. Keep your legs at 90 degrees from the ground, and then slowly release. Release your legs, rest them down on the ground, and go back to supine pose. Benefits of Viparit Karni. Viparit Karni gives you all benefits of Sarvangasana. It helps you to drain accumulated blood at your legs towards your heart easily. It improves your digestion, and it also stimulates your Jalandhar Bandha, your thyroid gland. As a mudra, it helps you to flow your energies or your prana shakti from your legs towards your head. Contraindications of Viparit Karni mudra. Avoid practicing this mudra if you are suffering from any kind of surgery, injury, swelling, or pain in your body. If you have any sort of pain at your neck and shoulders, then avoid practicing this mudra. Yoga mudra. To practice yoga mudra, first sit comfortably in Vajrasana. Fold your legs, keep your big toes together, heels little apart, and sit over your heels. Keep your back straight, your palms over your thighs, and gaze forward. After attaining this pose, slowly take your hands behind your back, take hold of your left wrist with your right hand, and tuck your left thumb in. Make fist of your left palm. Keep your elbows straight, shoulders open, and your back straight. After attaining this pose, slowly inhale, and while exhaling, start bending forward from your waist. Go down, try to rest your chest over your thighs and your forehead on the ground. If you couldn't touch your forehead to the ground, then you can keep your neck aligned with your spine and gaze down. Hold it for a few seconds. Keep breathing naturally. Keep your eyes closed and release. So to release this posture or this mudra, slowly inhale. Start lifting your body up from your waist, keeping your spine neck aligned. Slowly come back to Vajrasana. Release your hands, place your palms over your thighs and relax. Benefits of Yoga Mudra. Yoga Mudra stretches and strengthens your spine. It stimulates your Vajra Nadi. It relaxes your nervous system and allows free flow of prana shakti and blood towards your head. It stimulates your digestive system, your liver, intestines, spleen, pancreas, and abdomen. So it improves your digestive fire, it helps you in elimination, prevents constipation, relieves minor menstrual problems. It also stimulates your reproductive organs. Contraindications of Yoga Mudra. Avoid this mudra if you are recovering from any kind of surgery, injury, body pain, slip disc, any severe back injury or problem of your vertebra, then avoid practicing this asana. Menstruating women and pregnant women should not practice Yoga Mudra. So in this session, we practiced asanas in standing pose and we learned 3 mudras. That's it for today. See you in the next session. Hari Om.